So in section 4 here of unit 7, we're going to look at expanding binomials with Pascal's triangle. So let me first describe what Pascal's triangle is. Pascal's triangle is a triangle of numbers, so basically an infinite triangle of numbers, with ones at the start of every row and the end of every row. Now the very top of the triangle, we have this single one. That is called row 0. So the very top, that single one. This next row, it's got two ones in it, is called row 1. The next row, row 2, has three numbers, 1, 2, and 1. This 2 right here comes from adding the two numbers above it. So 1 plus 1 gave me that 2. If I go to row 3, which would be this row, has four numbers. This 3 right here came from adding the 1 and the 2. This 3 right here came from adding that 2 and that 1. And then it begins and ends with a 1. So this 4 right here comes from adding those two together. The 6 in the middle comes from adding these two together. The 4 here comes from adding these two together. And you could keep going. So this 5 is from that, this 10, and so on. So if I was going to start my next row after the last one I have listed here, it'd be 1, 6, because 1 and 5 added together is 6, 15, 20, 15, 6, and 1. So we could keep going there. Obviously this would continue on forever. Now with Pascal's triangle, we're going to do number 2 right here. And let's make the marker a little bit smaller. And we're going to expand this. This thing right here tells me I want row 6. Okay, so if I go to row 6 in Pascal's triangle, row 6 would be, let me write out Pascal's triangle here. Oops, this would be a 1, 2, 1, 1, 3, 3, 1, 1, 4, 6, 4, 1, 1, 5, 10, 10, 5, 1. Okay, that's row 5, because remember we start at row 0, so row 6 would be the next one, which is 1, 6, 15, 20, 15, 6, and 1. There's row 6, got 7 numbers in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start out putting those numbers here. 1, 6, 15, 20, 15, 6, and 1. Now, here's the next thing. If there is a plus sign in the middle of the binomial, it means every term is going to be positive. So you don't really have to put a positive sign in front of the 1 at the beginning, but all these other terms are going to be positive. So these are all going to be positive. Next example I'll do one with a minus sign in the middle and show you what happens. Okay, then you take the first term, which is x, and I start over here at my first number, which is this 1, and I go x, and the power on that is going to be the 6th. Then it's going to be x to the 5th. This term is going to be x to the 4th. X cubed, x squared, x to the 1st, x to the 0. We'll talk about 0 exponents in a little bit. Then I go to the second term. Now, this second term is a 2. So I go on to this one. Now I start at 0 and work my way up to 6. So I go 2 to the 0, 2 to the 1st, 2 to the 2nd. This one will be 2 to the 3rd. This will be 2 to the 4th. This will be 2 to the 5th. And this will be 2 to the 6th. Okay, now any 0 power, definition of anything to 0 power is 1. Okay, so over here this is going to be 1. Now we just got to simplify each term. So this first one, I've got 1 times x to the 6th times 1, which is going to be x to the 6th. That's right here. Now in here, I've got 2 to the 1st, which is 2. I got to multiply that times my 6 from Pascal's triangle, which is 12. So, and then I have x to the 5th. And then I have 2 squared, which is 4, times 15, which would be 60. So it's plus 60, x to the 4th. The next one is 2 to the 3rd, which is 8. 8 times 20 will be 160. And then I have that x to the 3rd on here, right here. And then I have 2 to the 4th, which is 16. Then I have to do 16 times 15, which will be 240. And then that's x squared on this term right here. Then I have 2 to the 5th, which is 32. I got to multiply that by 6. 32 times 6 will be 192x. And I'm running out of room, so I'm going down a little bit. And then on this last term, I've got 2 to the 6th times my x to the 0, which is 1, times 1. So really it's just 2 to the 6th, which is 64. So my last term here is plus 64. So it's x to the 6th plus 12x to the 5th plus 60x to the 4th plus 160x cubed plus 240x squared plus 192x plus 64. Drew, go upstairs. Yep, I'm saving this right now. I just got done recording.